Boom.
Big boy Scraps, yeah? The one and only.
You know how it is, isn't it?
So, moving on.
Come on.
This Sunday.
Yep.
Let me double check.
That 23rd?
This Sunday. There is going to be an emergency alert.
Facts.
So, I'm seeing positives. I'm seeing negatives. I'm seeing conspiracy theorists.
Love it.
What is going to happen on the 23rd, if you're not aware? The government is going to let off an emergency jingle signed
Siren alarm.
through your
of sorts.
phone. The reason you get this alert is for severe flooding, fires, extreme weather. It's only going to be sent by the emergency services, government departments, agencies, and public bodies that deal with emergencies. What the sign will sign like. Your mobile or your tablet may make a loud siren-like sound, even if it's on silent, vibrate, or read out the alert. It will last for 10 seconds. So that's coming through to everybody's phone in the whole of the UK.
Apparently so.
Or so they're saying.
Yep.
How are you feeling about this?
I'm a bit double-sided. I'm two-sided on this one.
Okay.
On one side, I think it just makes sense in terms of the government making use of technology.
Yeah.
Everyone has a mobile phone. If there is an emergency, we can all be known and notified appropriately.
Yes.
But there's a conspiracy side to me as well. First of all, with the track and trace from back in the day.
I remember track and trace.
And that apparently was supposed to just... Are we supposed to download it? It was the NHS app is supposed to download.
Yeah,
but the track and
you
trace...
download,
track and trace was supposed to be automatically
You know they
put on
rang
your
me,
phone.
innit? Did I tell you? Yeah, it made me feel like bare forms.
And send me a few text messages and phone calls. If you don't do it, they keep texting you.
Yeah.
So I don't like the whole idea of Big Brother's eyes on me.
Okay.
Like, what am I doing? Where are you going? Let me control you. I like it in one sense in terms of if they're honest people, then cool. They're doing it for a good purpose. But there's just a second side of me that's like, ain't nobody honest right there because everyone's evil. What's the real plan? You know what I mean? So, again, see, the same way AI is taking over the world, I'm sure one of those chat GBT login details that someone's going to do is going to hack into everyone's phone and everyone's going to hear the alarm, which is smart because like if I've got a mixtape coming out soon, I just want to jump on AI and make sure everyone's phone starts saying my tune just randomly on a Sunday, on a Monday.
Remember at the start with the iPhones, they downloaded, was it U2?
Oh yeah.
Remember like everyone's mobile had like the U2 album, even if you didn't want it.
Yeah, facts.
Like
No, do you know what? Jay-Z did that with the Magna Carta. I think it was with Samsung.
So he did it as well.
Yeah.
See, people are doing it. So obviously, on the whole, this is a positive. Obviously, it's for a negative, but it's a positive.
So explain why you think it's a positive.
Because there's obviously people that are not so able to maybe see the news, not so aware. Remember, there's like elderly people that go weeks without seeing another person.
Yeah.
That's not even to say they got a phone, because they won't even have a phone.
Yeah,
but I guess if you are that family or you're someone that has an elderly relative that doesn't live near, maybe now it's a priority to get them a phone to hear these things. But so obviously that's a positive, and it's a positive to let people know what's going on, to let people know there's something going on. I just don't know if we need it.
That's the question. Because I think in one sense they're not planning for it for us today. They might be planning for the future. So the assumption may be that in 20 years, 30 years time, these alerts from the government may be extremely important.
Yeah.
Maybe the test is, they're alerts, and in a couple of years time, it will just be the government are sending everybody information about something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they just need to ensure that everybody gets it at the same time. So maybe this is a test to say that every mobile goes off. Yep. Okay, awesome. So when we need to, in like 5 years time, give everybody a certain information, will that work? Will it not work? Because it's not about what's it for now. It might be for what it's for in the future, and it might be.
So it's being sold to us at the moment as an emergency.
Yeah, an emergency alert.
Emergency alert, an emergency signal. But you're saying, where's the limit?
Yeah.
It could be, in a few years.
Yeah. So I don't know legally where they got off. I don't know where the legal grounds was where they're allowed to legally get on everybody's computer, everybody's phone, or have access to everybody's phone to make that alert.
Well,
I mean,
we do it, don't we? We sign everything on our phone.
Exactly.
As soon as the phone starts up, do you agree?
Yeah.
74 pages.
Yeah. Man,
I,
it's like
to this day, don't know no
terms and
person.
conditions that
Obviously,
you've read.
people go on YouTube and read it out and blah, blah, but I don't know one person, myself, that's actually read the agreement.
Any terms
with
of condition
Apple,
of
with
anything.
Samsung, with whoever, and read it.
Yeah.
74 pages.
Yeah, 100%.
So in there, it probably says somewhere, your phone may be accessed in, or it's going to be worded in a way that we probably wouldn't understand, but it's worded in a way that they can use it to get right.
But if the government are doing it, they have to have some kind of white paper of sorts, legal documentation that says that this is now where we stand. We are now able to do it. And then if we press yes to the terms and conditions on whatever phone we've got, maybe that's a secondary us affirming it as well.
Yeah,
But I haven't seen it come out in the news in terms of, okay, the local authority have the authority to do this. I mean, they also said, because it's not everywhere that's flooding, is it? It's going to flood. So if there's a flood, it's going to be a specific area of people. So they might say, okay, everyone in the southwest gets this notification. Yeah, that's just like, why is that?
Yeah. Do you know what?
Has there been an atrocity in the UK that has needed these warranted this kind of thing?
Yeah, what's warranted? So when was the last big? I guess the last big like emergency could be wrong. Maybe the 7 the bombings.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Where like public were at risk. Like they didn't know where it was going, what was happening. Obviously, we've had COVID. There's been a few attacks.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the terrorist attack in Manchester as well.
Okay.
So I guess in something like that, when you think like in that situation, obviously it's going to be unless they know, it's going to be a after measure.
Yeah.
So people within, I don't know, a few miles of that area, the alarm goes off. There's been an attack. There's been an explosion. Yeah. Avoid this area. You know, obviously it's going to get to TV. It's going to get to radio. People are going to share it themselves. But I guess in a circumstance like that, it is a positive.
Yeah, it could possibly be a positive. I just don't see how it can work. Because if there's an emergency today, right now, by the time that they know about the emergency, or that they've given us the information may change. Do you know what I mean? If it's like, okay, stay away from this area because, I don't know, there's a flood in this area. Oh, it's extended bigger. Oh, it's not a flood. It was this. Or it was that. Do you know what I mean? I just think the information is going to change so rapidly, so fast. Those alerts are going to be like every 2 minutes, and then it's going to be false alarms or this, that, and the other.
Because do you think Gloucester flood would have warranted this emergency? Well, it must have, because people's life were put at risk.
But what emergency is it? Like, I know there's a flood.
They said floods.
Yeah, but I know there's a flood because I can look out my window and see a flood.
Yeah. Well, it must be to stay away from the area, I guess.
What I mean? It's not for people in the area because we already know what I want. Do you know what I mean? That's the only thing I'm worried about. It's like, what's the point of it?
Obviously, we were a lot younger. Did you feel like it was a national emergency?
No, I didn't feel like it was a national emergency.
When we was in it?
No.
I don't.
To be fair, I didn't even.
Because we were still kind of going about day to day.
But only thing I noticed is obviously that the waters would mash up. So man couldn't shower properly.
Sometimes you press the tap didn't come out, the water didn't come out the tap.
And it was truckloads of waters on the corner of every.
Remember the army come true? Okay.
But there were some people that really were in terrible dire situations.
Yeah.
It's just like in my situation, it wasn't dire because where I lived.
So I was saying that I guess then that would warrant an emergency. And then is it, like you said, is it regional emergencies or is it national or is it just everything?
Are they thinking that we're going to war?
Because there could be a gas leak in, like, say a gas leak in your house.
Yeah.
That's going to affect your immediate community.
Yeah.
Is your immediate community getting a notification to say there's a possibility that there's a gas leak or your house could explode?
Who's in charge of it? If it's the government specifically, if there's one arm of the government that's in control of it, they may not get that information.
Yeah, and it's going to be quicker for police to come, stand outside and say, than it is for it to go through your phone.
So the question is, what warrants them to make their alarm?
Yeah.
There has to be a list of some kind of conditions in which, okay, now is the time we can use this alarm. Does that make sense?
It's war, isn't it?
It's got to be war.
War's coming, isn't it?
Or UFOs. They've seen enough UFOs. Like, the increase of UFOs is way too much. We need to tell the people.
Do you know what?
We need to be honest.
I'm not trying to go off topic.
Go on.
But randomly, I was sat in my car today and I went on Joe Rogan.
Come on.
So I went on his, because he does little snips, innit? So I only had like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I thought, I just want to take something here. You know that? So I checked.
Why for that?
Why for that? Still,
whoa.
Why?
Whoa. That came out of nowhere. What was that? Jesus. No man for that. Yeah.
You've been waiting for that. You've been waiting for that. Alright, see what I'll do. I'll crop it. You can get that.
Okay, No, I hear it.
still.
I
You
hear it.
can
Appreciate
get
that. That makes sense.
You could get that.
Man can't get nothing. Calm, bro.
No,
Calm
it's
for that.
fine.
Don't be offering me nothing, guys.
Why for that?
Go on. We carry on.
I was ready to soak in knowledge.
Okay.
Can I soak knowledge?
Okay.
Okay.
Shout out to knowledge and not an MC.
Why?
I know what you're talking about.
You're
Go
something
on.
else.
Keep talking.
You're something else.
Keep talking.
Basically, the segment that they were talking about was aliens. And saying aliens exist. Like,
Yeah.
let's get over the conspiracies now.
Yeah.
Let's get
It's a
over
reality.
everything to say, they exist.
Okay.
So that just reminded me, if people are actually now starting to believe they're out there,
Yeah.
maybe we're 10 years behind what the government know, and this is just in case. But then what's that going to do? Like,
No, they may have seen a spaceship
what? And they're going to alert us to
8,000 galaxies away. And they know
what?
it's
And that's going to alert us to say the aliens are here.
Hug your kids. Life's over.
Yo, that's kind of mad. So, alright, let's go to some of the other things.
Yeah.
So, literally just read. It's something to do with population control, and what's gonna happen is the 5G is now gonna ignite because they're sending to so many phones at the same time that it's gonna create such an electrical surge that either explode or all of that radiation is now gonna stream through.
Especially if you're using your phone at that time.
Imagine, that's one of the
You've
fears.
got it in your ear and you're talking to somebody.
Yeah, and we're talking, I don't know how many people's in the UK. Do you know the population?
I couldn't tell you, mate. Let's say
Yeah, throw a number out.
300 million.
Big man, in the UK. Aren't we in the billions?
There's only 7 billion in the world.
Is there? And we don't hold a billion of them.
Nah, we can't hold a billion.
We don't hold a billion? No way, alright, 700 million.
That sounds about right.
We'll go in the middle, 5.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Right,
cool.
500 million people, probably 60% of those people own phones.
Well, they said, no, 98, 60%. 98% of adults, but yeah,
Oh,
actually.
98, but overall 60.
Yeah.
So we're talking about, like, quick maths, 300 average right now.
Yeah.
300 million phones going off at the same time.
Yeah.
300 million.
Yeah.
And people are like concerned that 3-4 phones are close together. We're talking about 300 million phones beeping all at the same time.
Yeah. How much of a atrocity is going to take place? Is there going to
Do they even know? Do we even know?
What?
They can't test that. They're beyond. They're
No.
not able to test. Maybe this is the test.
Yeah, they can do an AI test. Like the AIs could assume that this is going to happen, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, no, they haven't got a clue. This is the first time it's ever going to happen. And if it works, rah.
They sent the texts out. Remember they sent the texts out? Remember the COVID texts? They sent like a text out to everybody.
Okay.
I can't remember what the text said, but like everyone's phone got a text from the government.
Okay.
So they've sent texts out. I think that was more done like staggered then
Okay.
at the same time.
It'd be interesting, man. It'd be interesting.
So, and then let's take on the next. So the first thing I seen, when I seen this come out, before I even understood what it was, I saw the domestic violence organization came out and said, obviously some people have secret phones. And then I seen after that, obviously you're like, no, that's it. Then I seen the Players Party come out and said the same thing.
Players party? What do you mean?
Yeah, so there's certain people out, like in the community, in the world,
Yeah.
and they have 2 phones.
Okay.
So basically what they do is like they have a phone that like they have their family and stuff on and that they use. And then you've got a phone where they like get up to no good.
Ah.
So like there may be like people they shouldn't be talking to.
Okay.
Or accounts that they shouldn't have
Ooh.
on like a secondary phone.
I understand now.
Obviously I don't really know too much about it, but I hear.
You wouldn't know, no. You wouldn't.
So they're saying in that there's a possibility that
Exposing.
you may find your second phone.
That's quite interesting.
Imagine that.
So
You've done well. 15 years. You've done well. You've been running 2 lives, double life, and then suddenly, beep, huh? Why is there a sign upstairs? Hold on, your sock drawer is making a sign.
Yeah. Oh, behind the wall panel.
Yeah, behind the wall. Move this. Hey,
Where's that come from?
do you know whose phone this is? Must have been there from the neighbours before, from the people that lived here before, love.
Lived in this house for 12 years. Battery's going strong.
Yeah, wait,
Must
that's
be a
an
Nokia.
iPhone 11. That only come out 3 years ago.
No, I hear it.
Not to make jokes of the previous, but
Be interesting. If it's like all smartphones, or if it's like the old school Nokias and all
it
those
can't be. They can't do nothing on the old school Nokias.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, man. I think it's dope the way technology is going, but I just don't know where the limit is. And I think those things it is a genuine concern. What does the radiation impact mean?
Yeah.
I'm not a 5G guy that bangs for that side, but
hat man.
nah, not yet. I'm not saying I won't ever be.
Well, we might be after.
Facts.
Everyone might be after the 23rd.
Facts. But what does that much radiation do? If it's in your pockets and it's in all the male pockets, is that frying everyone's testicles? Is that like no more baby? Exactly.
I'm about to get 2
No more
phones
kids.
each. Put that in. cheaper than the
Getting a snip, yeah. Facts. Yeah, I hear it.
No, but I think we're not gonna know until we know.
Yeah.
And there is ways, though, isn't it? There's ways you can turn it off.
Apparently
you can
so.
go
Yeah.
into your phone and.
But those things, like, what's the point of it if people can get away from it? Do you know what I mean? If the government wants to do
it's
this
like
to
an
alert
opt-out.
us, yeah, why would they want us to opt out? There should be a no opt out thing. Does that make sense?
There must be some like within you, like your rights to be able to opt out.
Yeah.
It's like obviously it's like those things where it's like you're signed up unless you opt out. And 90% of the people are not going to opt out. They're just like, I'm not opting out. I'm just going to let it roll. And if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. I don't know if it is going to work.
That's weird.
I don't know if everybody is going to get the same signal at the same time.
Yeah. It'd be interesting, man. I'm
But yet there's still people going missing that they can't find.
Facts.
But yet they can send...
I wonder how much money this will cost.
Oh, did you see that? Quickly moving on. Did you see that King's
Painting
pumpkin thing?
Painting?
No, the pumpkin thing that is the carriage.
Nah.
Cost like 3.7 mil or something like
Was
that.
it? Well, they made it just for...
Yeah, the coronation. You know what he's going through the streets in?
Yeah.
I may be wrong on the number, but it was a lot of money.
Has to be double glassed, doesn't it? For
Which is from where? From taxpayers.
Of course.
Because they were saying the doctors them can't even get a little raise, but the king can get a 3.7 mil carriage.
Facts. And I'm sure he's got like a portrait painted that's going to be up in the millions as well.
Is it? Can they just get like a local painter to do it?
AI could do it for
Or AI could do it now. Yeah, you don't even need what's it?
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT to tell them what they want.
Send one come.
Oh, it's all mad, you know. Hey.
It's all gone.
Hey.
It's all gone.
I don't know. It's a broken generation.
Yeah. So it's definitely broken.
I don't know where we're going. I don't know where we're going. You know what that was? I don't know where we're going.
It's definitely broken, fam.
People, then we are the broken generation.
Yeah.
We're keeping it quick. We're keeping it concise. We're keeping it sharp. And we're also, I can't think of a word.
Keeping it
moving. We're keeping it moving.
solid.